Hello and welcome to Couple of Instigators. Okay, so yesterday I recorded a podcast with a friend of mine, and when I hit record now, she says recording in progress.
Yeah, just us.
Okay, so I'm like, is it going to tell me stop recording? So then it would keep me aware now when I screw up. I don't know though.
She had a very nice voice too. A very, very pleasant voice.
Okay, yeah, that's new. I've never heard that.
I had never either.
You guys, I don't know. I was playing like, is it COVID or the plague? Is it pollen or the plague? So I've got a cold. So I go into work today. And those bitches that got COVID and almost killed me, I didn't catch it from them. Remember, we shared food. And I never got it. I had the nerve to be like, you need to go get a COVID test because they have a wedding coming up. I'm like, you almost killed me.
And you're vaccinated, right?
Yes. I'm like, yeah, they're vaccinated, but they were like, I don't know if you have a cold or what. So I'm like, whatever. So I called urgent care down the street and they're like, oh, you can have a test. So I ran down there. And I don't have COVID.
Oh, good.
I got a rapid test and it came back in 10 minutes. But I was just like, oh, I'm going to go get that test because I don't want to listen to them tell me I probably have COVID.
Especially if you're vaccinated. That's just...
Right. Well, she said that they've only seen like people that have had the vaccine and they hadn't been the full 2 weeks have gotten it.
Has it been more than 2 weeks for you?
Yes, I'm well over. And they've said they haven't gotten any positive tests from people that have been fully vaccinated. But you know what's weird is like, I'm trying to figure out why all of the Yankees, like 8 of the Yankee players all tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, a friend was telling me that last night. They're all vaccinated.
After they all had their vaccine. So I'm like, something is definitely...
Maybe they got like a dodgy dose or something.
That's what Danielle said. She's like, I wonder if they all got vaccinated together and they got like something was wrong with their dose.
Yeah.
Or they didn't wait the 2 weeks.
Yeah, there has to be more to that because that's like crazy number. All 8 that have been fully vaccinated got COVID. Like that's crazy.
But like, that's the thing. The vaccination doesn't keep you from getting it. It just lessens your symptoms. So realistically, if they were all vaccinated and one of them got it, they can just as easily pass it on to everybody else. Like the vaccine doesn't keep you from getting it. It just keeps you from getting, it's like the flu shot. Like it doesn't stop you from getting the flu. Just if you get it, you're not going to get crazy sick with it.
Oh, really? I thought it just prevented you from getting it altogether.
That's why the whole mask thing is so crazy that all of a sudden they're like, okay, nobody has to wear a mask now.
But we can't wear masks for the rest of our life. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, I know, but all the dumbasses that are refusing to get vaccinated because of herd immunity, they're just as susceptible of getting it as they have been for the last year.
Yeah, like, well, that's not my problem anymore.
No, not at all.
They've got, I mean, up here in upstate where I am, there's so many, well, even in New York City, now they're doing an incentive, which is pissing me off because we don't get it.
Right.
You get the vaccine, you get to go into a lotto to win so many millions of dollars.
Emily has that in Ohio.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Get a lottery. I've also heard New York City, you can get tickets to like different hockey games or baseball games and stuff.
Well, I would have waited.
Yeah.
And one place city is giving out beer and money.
Can we bring our card and get it now?
I know.
Right? Double dose.
I mean, that's not fair. I want a chance to win $1 million.
I wouldn't even take the chance. I would just want the guaranteed tickets to something. Like, you want some Adele tickets to get the vaccine? Okay.
Right. Yeah, I know. So, any rate, yes, I have caught a cold and I feel like complete shit. I am,
awful.
Hot.
Oh, speaking of incentives, you know how restaurants and stuff are having problems hiring people because everybody's still their government money?
Right.
So McDonald's has a photo in their window.
I know they're giving out free iPhone.
Now hiring free iPhone after 6 months employee, and if you meet employee criteria,
right,
you get a free iPhone. So then all the comments were like, "Well, what version iPhone is it? Like, are you getting it like iPhone 3s? Like,
we don't want that.
Isn't that crazy though?
Like, if you're going to give a free iPhone, it better be a good one.
Exactly.
And then who's paying the bill?
The price is going to go up at McDonald's, do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, all those iPhones.
I haven't been to McDonald's in a while, but I know now that I'm back to work out of my house, I'll probably be going to McDonald's, because I'm not cooking from home, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those iPhones. Did you ever listen to the podcast or watch the documentary on the McMillions?
Oh, yes. I love that.
It was crazy. Like that Russian lady with the red hair and that family, they were all scamming those like scratch and wins.
Yes. Did you watch it, Cindy?
Oh, no, I didn't. I know what you mean.
Remember when they used to have get the Monopoly boards?
Yes.
Those. It was like the guy that was running it was keeping all the good pieces and like selling them to like friends and stuff to get the good prizes.
That's crazy. I did not see it, but I definitely
it's great.
I heard about it though.
It's a really good podcast.
Oh, they have a podcast with it.
Mm-hmm. It's called McMillions, I'm pretty sure. It's really good.
But there's some people who are Italian in it too. There was one of the guys was an.
Of course, it's mafia. Of course, they're Italian.
And then this one woman.
There was some people that were Italian. That is funny.
The one woman, she's nuts. I forget how she plays her role, but she's one of the role players in the whole thing. And so she's walking in the cemetery with high heels on, and she's like. And she's talking and she wipes out totally in the cemetery. Remember, I don't know if you saw that scene.
I don't remember.
She goes, "Oh shit, these heels." And I'm like, who wears heels in a cemetery?
Who wears heels at all?
What is she doing at a cemetery on the McDonald's dock?
You'll have to watch it to see.
All right. All right. You'll have to watch what's going on. So we know Jen is currently consumed with hockey right now. Apparently, I don't know, is it your team, Jen?
So Toronto and Montreal are playing against each other in the playoffs. They haven't played together in the playoffs in 42 years. So this is legit. The Prime Minister of Canada is a Montreal fan because he's from Quebec. This is literally going to start a civil war in this country between these two teams. Like, it's insane. And our captain of Toronto almost died in the first game. Like, literally had to go out on a stretcher off the ice. Like, literally sitting here watching it, I thought we were watching the man die on the ice. It was so bad. So then they lost.
What? Did he fall down? What did he do?
So one of the Montreal players ran into him. He sort of skidded across the ice. The puck was just in front of his head. The other Montreal player came along, focusing on the puck to hit the puck, and his knee collided with the guy's head. And his head went flying back. So right away, all the medics are on the ice. So the medic goes to like lift him sort of half standing. And like when somebody holds like a new baby and they're not supporting their head and their little head just goes whoop, and flops back. That's what his head did. Like the guy looked totally like you could see his eyes rolling back in his head, and he literally like his head didn't look attached to his body. It just like slumped back. Like for sure the guy had broken a neck or something. But supposedly it was just a really bad concussion and something to his knee. So he's out for a couple weeks. So then Saturday night, Toronto just killed Montreal.
All right.
So tonight, 7:30, we're back on.
All right. This is a big for Jen because Jen loves the hockey. So who's your team?
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Toronto Maple Leafs. And what's Montreal called?
Montreal Canadiens.
Canadiens. Okay. And then what happens after this games are done?
So there's us, there's Toronto and Montreal, and then there's Edmonton and Alberta that are playing each other. So the winner of those two teams, of those two series, will play each other. And then whichever wins out of that, we're the North Division. Because of COVID, like usually they play all over Canada and the States, but this year the Canadian teams only played in Canada. So they weren't going back and forth across the border. So then whoever wins out of the next series, that'll play, will start playing in the States.
So what about the Buffalo Sabres?
Oh, they're long gone. They didn't even make the playoffs.
Oh, who's the best team right now?
Probably Colorado Avalanche.
Colorado Avalanche. I've never even heard of them. See how this is?
There's a really, really good chance they'll win the cup this year.
Okay.
All right, Colorado. How long has that team been around?
Quite a while.
Wow. I see. I really
They haven't been
follow.
good into the last couple of years. Last year, they were really good too. Last year, they were the front runner to win the cup as well. So, but there's some big guys out. Like Washington is out now. And like they won the cup a couple years ago. St. Louis Blues got out last night. Colorado beat them. So they play 7 games. So it's the best of 4 games moves on. So St. Louis and Colorado played. Colorado beat them the first 4 games. So St. Louis is totally out. They won the Stanley Cup 2 years ago. So they should have an amazing team. They're already out. So it's going to be a crazy year, I'm telling you.
All right. Sounds exciting. Sounds exciting.
So
what all right. Has anything happened since last time we've recorded? Do you have any stories?
Do we want personal stories or do we want the news?
Let's go with some personal because I have one. And what's going on with you?
Do you want my texting fail?
Oh yes, let's discuss that.
Okay, so my dad stops by to visit Saturday. Why? I still have no idea. I think he's bored. Anyways, like literally shows up at my door and he brings me this game board. What the frig is this thing? I don't even know what this is.
Oh my God. I teach special ed and we have that in the classroom.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's like, I saw this and thought of you.
What is it?
All
right.
I think it's what the Italian or the Greek people play, or it's
is
like
it like you throw a bag in a hole? Is that like cornhole?
Yeah, there's cornhole in there, which I already have 2 cornhole boards because I actually really, really like that, but we call it Holy Holy.
And you play in the yard, right?
Yeah. Well, I've got a mini one for the house, and then I've got the big one for the yard.
Oh.
But then it's got this weird other ladder game. It's like a bunch of bars with balls hanging, and you got to like hit the balls or something. I don't know.
You know what? We have that in my classroom, the ladder with the balls on the string and
I feel like a lot of or Portuguese or somebody, one of my friends, her neighbors are always playing it in the yard. Like all the old men are out there. And I think they're Portuguese. I don't know. It's weird. So anyways,
all right, go ahead. Let's hear.
My dad stops by and I had texted my mom and I hadn't heard back from her. So he comes in like, if you talk to mom, like I'm waiting for her to text me back. And he's like, no, haven't. So I'm in the kitchen. I go to get him a beer. My phone goes off and he's like, oh, that's probably her. I'll grab the phone. Lord help me. I don't know what came over me. I've never moved so fast in my life. Ran to the other room, grabbed the phone from him. I'm like, it's okay. I got it. No idea. He's got it in his hand. No idea if he's looked at the screen of the phone. Right there, though, like full page text is the raunchiest text you have ever seen in your life on the screen. Lord, strike me down. I almost died on the spot. Like, I have no idea if he read it. And it wasn't even like words. Like, it was full on like emojis as well. Dirty text. Like
with the eggplant.
There was some eggplant, there was some tongue, there was a peach, like there was just a lot going on in that text. I'm sweating just thinking about it right now. So I'm pretty sure he didn't see it because like he was totally normal after. And I think if he did, he would have like booked it out of the house right away. But